So you've said about how the fight starts before the referee says go. That you used to sort of lock eyes with a person. You would maybe be messing with them in the press conferences and stuff, but you were just giving them that reminder that you were going to beat them. How do you switch on that competition mindset? Because you seem to be just ready in the moment. But what's your kind of go-to thing? Because you've talked about watching, which is the first for me, watching Braveheart to get ready for jiu-jitsu. You said in Brazil you used to go for a swim.
Yeah.
I think it was Gladiator was the other film you used to watch. Like, what's the Roger Gracie method of getting ready? Because you just seem to go like that and you're in the moment. But what's it like for you?
Yeah, I mean, when I used to live in Brazil, I used to live right by the beach. So, and I used to every the tournament that I used to compete, I used to wake up, go straight to the beach, go for like a swim, just like a swim, just to be in the water. I used to
Hmm.
sit down in the sand, stretch, like 5 minutes, nothing major. Stay in the water, maybe 5-10 minutes, like a few strokes, and then come out, kind of then walk home, shower, breakfast, get changed, and like let's go to the tournament. That used to be my routine because I always used to. It doesn't matter. I never used to compete late, so just used to wake up early if it was to fight early. So that was my routine. Because the water used to kind of wake me up. I used to like
Hmm.
get the energy of the sand, the water. So that kind of used to give me a bit of keep my mind clear. And like walking into the tournament, the moment you walk there, it's like you want to switch. I want to switch my mind out of everybody, everything, and everybody, because I want to stay, like in my own zone, not be distracted by anyone, not really talking to anyone. I'm like, at least I used to be a part, like listen to some music, put a hoodie on, not really staying in my zone. Then like an hour before, start stretching, warming up. When I'm warm, and just wait to be called my name, and walk into the mat, to the ring, and walking in. I mean, now you're like, okay, now this is my challenge. I need to face that opponent in front of me. So my focus was already who I was gonna fight. Even before the referee, I was already switched. I see nobody. I'm like, now nothing exists. Like, there's no thinking now. I'm like, just be very calm, stay focused, and then as I walk to the ring, I'm already facing him even before the referee starts. So, my eyes, my focus, my attention is all on my opponent. I'm reading him. I'm trying to see how nervous he is. I'm staring in his eyes, not really try to intimidate. Never really, there was never my intention to, look at someone's eyes, like, trying to intimidate anyone. I was like very blank looking, but my focus, my eyes, it was on his eyes. Now I'm like, even before the referee say go, I'm like, my eyes will never come out of my opponent. And then right away, I see how much nervous he is, how his confidence, body language. If it doesn't stare you back, he's nervous. That's already a good advantage. If he can look in the eye, if he's avoiding you, all that is like, then it just build your confidence. The more my opponent show weakness, the more I used to grow because I'm like, he's afraid. He's nervous. He's insecure. That shows on his grips, on his reactions straight away in the beginning. It kind of shows a bit.
And are you looking to kind of feel your way into it, absorb, and just kind of react till you get to a point where you can start implementing, your preferred strategies? Or are you kind of just, do you prefer to be the aggressor? How do you like to take on a fight? Because I think too many people focus so much on the training beforehand. How,
Yeah.
because you just seem relaxed and calm in that. Is it just that you're confident in your own abilities? You're going to just wait for that moment, hit the perfect technique, and then just win it? Do you even think about it? Like you're saying, do you just zone into it and go,
Yeah, no,
it's
no.
just
I
another
say
opponent?
no. With me, it was like, you know, as a black belt, we fight 10-minute round, just one 10-minute rounds, and then either the person tap, which you might finish before, or it goes to decision, whoever score more points. So 10 minutes is a long fight. So for me, it's like as soon as the fight starts, I'm kind of feeling the fight. I'm getting slowly into that rhythm until I pick up mine. So it's because, for 10 minutes, I couldn't start very fast because I would burn a lot of energy. Then it would be hard to recover and keep that pace to the end. So for me, I was always a very slow starter. A lot of my opponents, they come in very aggressive first, like, trying to put in a lot of energy to trying to score some points on me or to trying to do something. And I was the opposite. I never matched their pace. Like a lot of my fights, I start losing. Suddenly he took me down, or he did an advantage because he put so much energy and effort for that. The beginning, that I've never really matched that, because for me there was no point. I don't mind. Okay, suddenly, okay, the guy scored 2 points, or he did an advantage, but there's still a long fight to go, and I'm still fighting my rhythm. I'm getting in the rhythm of the fight. So my pace, it will slowly come up. So my energy, my effort to try to do anything against my opponent was slowly picking up until say like 4 minutes max, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm increasing my pace. So I'm trying harder to do things, but still not full on. And I always kept the pace to the end. It goes a bit faster and then it slow down, but my pace never stopped. And that was how I overcame most of my opponents, because every time I fought a very big and strong guy, every time they all gassed, all of them, because they rely on power, and they never, and they couldn't keep my pace, because a lot of the things that they rely on power. The beginning is very hard because they're very strong. They have their whole energy to try to defend what I'm trying to do. So it's very hard, but their resistance will drop because they cannot use. They won't have power to defend the whole fight. 10 minutes is too long, and after 5 minutes, that's when I was used to grow a lot in the fight. So the first half was hard, very hard for me. Every first half was like tough. Second half always much easier, because I just found my pace. I found my zone. Now I have my rhythm. Now I'm going, and they is slowing down.